Hello you lovely people, Chef Alex here. Today we're tackling the internet's favorite baked feta pasta. You've seen it everywhere, and trust me, the hype is real. It's simple, stunning, and packed with flavor. Just a handful of ingredients, one dish, and minimal effort for a massive payoff. The magic? A block of feta and sweet cherry tomatoes transform into a creamy, tangy sauce right in your oven. Whether it's a weeknight or a dinner party, this dish is a guaranteed crowd pleaser. Let's dive in and make your new favorite pasta. Let's dive into the heart of this dish, the ingredients. What's truly special about baked feta pasta is how a handful of simple, everyday items can come together to create something extraordinary. You don't need a long, intimidating shopping list or fancy specialty products. Instead, each ingredient here is chosen for its ability to shine and bring out the best in the others. So let's break it down and see what you'll need to make this dish truly memorable. First up, the star of the show. A 200g block of authentic Greek feta cheese, ideally packed in brine. This isn't the time for pre-crumbled feta. Those tend to be dry and lack the creamy texture we want. The block form melts beautifully, creating that luscious, tangy sauce that makes this dish so irresistible. If you can, look for feta made with sheep's milk for the richest flavor. Next, you'll need 500g of cherry tomatoes. Go for the ripest, sweetest ones you can find. These little gems burst with flavor as they roast, releasing their juices and creating a naturally sweet, tangy base for the sauce. If you spot heirloom or colorful varieties, don't hesitate to use them for an extra pop of color and taste. Garlic is next, 4 cloves, and you can leave them whole for a milder flavor or slice them thinly if you want a bit more punch. As the garlic roasts, it mellows and sweetens, infusing the oil and tomatoes with its unmistakable aroma. Don't be afraid to add an extra clove if you're a garlic lover. Now pour in about 120 milliliters of high-quality extra virgin olive oil. This is what brings everything together, coating the tomatoes and feta and helping them roast to perfection. A good olive oil adds a peppery, fruity note that elevates the whole dish, so use the best you have. For the pasta, you'll want 350g of your favorite short shape. Penne, rigatoni, or fusilli all work beautifully. These shapes are perfect for catching the creamy sauce and bits of tomato, making every bite satisfying. If you're feeling adventurous, try whole wheat or gluten-free pasta for a twist. Fresh basil is essential for that fragrant herbal finish. Tear the leaves just before serving to release their oils. And don't forget a pinch of dried oregano, which adds a subtle earthiness as everything bakes together. These herbs bring a taste of the Mediterranean right to your kitchen. Season with salt and freshly ground black pepper, but remember, feta is naturally salty, so go easy at first. You can always add more at the end if needed. The pepper adds a gentle heat that balances the creamy cheese and sweet tomatoes. And that's your lineup. Simple, honest ingredients, each with a role to play. When you use the best you can find, you don't need anything fancy, just freshness and quality. Remember, the quality of your ingredients truly makes all the difference in a dish like this. Take a moment to choose the freshest produce and the best cheese you can find. It's worth it. No complicated shopping list, no hard-to-find items, just real delicious food that's easy to love. With these ingredients, you're already halfway to a fantastic meal. Let's get cooking. No fancy gadgets needed, just the basics. You'll need a medium baking dish, ceramic or glass, to fit the feta and tomatoes snugly, a large pot for boiling pasta, and a colander for draining. Grab a cutting board and a sharp knife for the garlic. A spoon or spatula for mixing it all together at the end. That's it. Simple tools for a simple, brilliant dish. Check your kit, and let's get started. Ready? Let's prep. Aprons on. Prep is quick, just 5 to 10 minutes. Preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius, 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Wash your cherry tomatoes and leave them whole. Smash and peel your garlic cloves, leave them whole or slice if you like. Place the feta block in the center of your baking dish. Scatter tomatoes and garlic around the feta. No need for perfect arrangement. Rustic is best. This colorful, simple assembly is the foundation of our sauce. Minimal chopping, maximum flavor. The oven will do the rest. That's all the prep you need. Easy, right? Let's assemble. Time to bring it all together. Drizzle half a cup of olive oil over the feta, tomatoes and garlic. Sprinkle with dried oregano and a generous grind of black pepper. Add just a pinch of salt. Remember, feta's salty. Give the dish a gentle shake to coat everything. The tomatoes should glisten and the feta sits proudly in the middle. It already looks and smells amazing. This simple combo is about to become something spectacular. Your work here is done. The oven takes over now. Ready for the magic? Let's bake. Pop the dish into your hot oven, middle rack. Bake for 30-35 minutes until tomatoes burst and caramelize and feta is golden and soft. While it bakes, cook your pasta in salted boiling water until just al dente. Don't forget, save a cup of pasta water before draining. The starchy water is key for a silky sauce. Drain the pasta and set aside. By now your kitchen smells incredible. The feta and tomatoes should be bubbling and irresistible. Oven off, dish out. Let's finish this masterpiece. Ready for the final mix? Let's go. The moment has arrived. Your kitchen is filled with the irresistible aroma of roasted tomatoes, garlic, and bubbling feta. Carefully remove the hot baking dish from the oven, making sure to use oven gloves to protect your hands from the heat. Place the dish on a sturdy surface and take a second to admire the golden caramelized edges and the way the cheese has softened and melded with the tomatoes. Now grab a fork or a sturdy spoon and begin to mash the feta, tomatoes, and roasted garlic together right in the baking dish. As you press down, the feta will crumble and blend with the sweet, jammy tomatoes, creating a vibrant, savory base. The garlic, now soft and mellow, will melt into the mixture, infusing it with deep flavor. Stir everything together until you have a creamy, rustic sauce. Don't worry about making it perfectly smooth. Those little chunks of feta and tomato add wonderful texture and bursts of flavor in every bite. The sauce should look rich and inviting, with streaks of white cheese and red tomato swirling together. Next, add your cooked pasta straight into the dish, letting the hot noodles soak up all that creamy sauce. Tear or roughly chop a handful of fresh basil leaves and scatter them over the top. The basil will add a fresh, aromatic note that brightens up the whole dish. Mix everything together thoroughly, making sure every piece of pasta is coated in that luscious, creamy sauce. The heat from the pasta will help the sauce cling to each noodle, and the herbs will release their fragrance as you toss. If the sauce seems a bit too thick, don't worry. Just add a splash or two of the reserved pasta water. This starchy liquid will loosen the sauce and give it a silky, restaurant-quality finish, making every bite extra creamy. Now's the time to taste your creation. Adjust the seasoning as needed, maybe a pinch more salt, a crack of black pepper, or even a sprinkle of chili flakes if you like a little heat. This is your chance to make the dish truly your own. Spoon the finished pasta into bowls, making sure to get plenty of that creamy sauce and a few basil leaves in each serving. The colors are vibrant and the aroma is mouth-watering. This dish is simple, creamy, and absolutely packed with flavor. The combination of tangy feta, sweet tomatoes, and fresh basil is truly irresistible. Serve it up while it's piping hot, and enjoy every single bite of your homemade baked feta pasta. It's comfort food at its finest, perfect for sharing or savoring all to yourself. Before you dig in, let me share my ultimate cheat sheet for making the most irresistible baked feta pasta. Whether you're a first-timer or a seasoned home cook, these tips will help you get the best results every single time. I've learned a lot from making this dish over and over, and I'm excited to pass on my favorite tricks so you can enjoy a perfect plate too. First, always use a block of authentic Greek feta in brine. The difference in texture and flavor is huge compared to pre-crumbled feta or imitations. The brine keeps the cheese moist and creamy, so when it bakes it turns beautifully soft and luscious, not dry or crumbly. If you can, look for feta that's made with sheep's milk for the richest taste. Next, don't be afraid to mix up your cherry tomatoes. Using a variety of colors, reds, yellows, oranges, even deep purples, makes your dish look stunning and adds layers of sweet, tangy, and juicy flavors. If you spot heirloom cherry tomatoes at the market, grab them. They'll make your pasta pop both visually and in taste. When it comes to seasoning, remember that both feta and the pasta water bring plenty of salt to the party. It's easy to go overboard, so taste as you go and add just a pinch if you need it. I always recommend undersalting the pasta water slightly, then adjusting at the end if necessary. This way, you keep the flavors balanced and avoid a salty surprise. Here's a secret that makes all the difference. Never skip saving some of your pasta water before draining. That starchy, salty liquid is pure gold for your sauce. When you mix the baked feta and tomatoes with the pasta, a splash or two of pasta water helps everything come together into a silky, glossy sauce that clings to every noodle. It's the trick that takes your pasta from good to restaurant-worthy. Want to get creative? This recipe is the perfect base for experimenting. Try adding a pinch of chili flakes for gentle heat, or toss in some briny olives or capers for a Mediterranean twist. You could even stir in a handful of fresh spinach or arugula at the end for a burst of green and a little extra nutrition. The possibilities are endless, so don't be afraid to make it your own. One of my favorite finishing touches is a generous squeeze of fresh lemon juice right before serving. It brightens up all the rich, creamy flavors and adds a zesty kick that makes the whole dish sing. If you love citrus, you can even add a little lemon zest for extra aroma and freshness. Remember, this recipe is a true canvas for your creativity. Top your pasta with toasted pine nuts for crunch, a sprinkle of fresh basil or parsley for color, or a drizzle of good olive oil for extra richness. You can even add roasted garlic or sun-dried tomatoes for deeper, more complex flavors. Make it your own and have fun with it. Cooking should always be fun, so invite your friends or family to join in. Experiment with different ingredients, share your creations, and don't stress about perfection. Some of the best kitchen memories come from happy accidents and laughter around the stove. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this recipe and these tips, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more easy, delicious recipes and kitchen inspiration. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to cook together again soon. Now it's time to serve up a big, beautiful bowl of baked feta pasta. Gather your loved ones, pass the plates around, and savor every bite together. Food is always better when it's shared, and this dish is sure to bring smiles to everyone at the table. Happy cooking, you lovely people. I hope you feel inspired to try new things and make this recipe your own. Remember, the kitchen is your playground, so keep experimenting, keep tasting, and most importantly, keep having fun. See you next time for more easy, delicious recipes. Until then, enjoy your masterpiece and keep spreading the joy of good food.